So how much do you talk to your team about handling the emotions of the final home game versus what you've got to focus on with the opponent?
I hadn't talked to him about it, to be honest with you. You know, it's a huge game. Anytime you play Connecticut, but senior day is always kind of different. You know, some of them have been through this before, you know, with Nick and Sean, and then last year, you know, we had some seniors, so all meant a lot to our program. But I don't ever think they're fun, but under the circumstances, when you look at the investment our senior class has made and what they've done, it's a pretty special group.
What are some of the biggest changes really for those three players who have been real building blocks for you?
You know, Jordan, we only had for 1 year. I wish it would have been longer, but you know, his growth's been amazing. You know, he's gotten better every day. You know, I don't know many better defenders than him, and more athletic guys. I was looking up. They had some crazy stat conference, you know, American Athletic Conference, about contributions players make in terms of points, assists, rebounds, blocks, steals. And Nick was first, he was second. You know, this was a couple of games ago, but I'm pretty confident. You know, his total game has gotten better and better. Marcus, you know, has been up and down a lot because of injuries and different situations, but you don't win all the games we've won without him. You know, last year he's probably the most valuable player in the tournament. He's always been recognized as one of the best players in our conference, and you know, I think we all have great respect for this conference. I don't know, those guys are in about, they've won well over 70 games in 3 years. That's just big volumes about their growth. And then Nick, he's had an amazing career, but I don't think anybody has ever had a better year than he has at SMU, in my mind, based on what the obstacles this team's faced, the fact that he's had to play so many minutes, he's played hurt, he's played at an unbelievable level. It's pretty amazing for a guy like, you know, his size. And if you asked me 2 years ago if I'd missed him when he graduated, I probably would have hesitated and scratched my head. But Thursday, knowing that it's his last home game, that's going to be hard.
How has your relationship with Nick grown over these 2 years?
I don't know. You have to ask him. But, you know, my admiration has grown every day. You know, every time I see him play, I gain more and more respect for him.
You've been with point guards. It's your relationships with them in the past. You've had a special one with most of the guys you had. How does he rank in terms of understanding what you're wanting and things like that? In terms of the smarts, I guess is what I'm getting at.
I don't like to compare, you know, guys, but Tim and I have mentioned numerous times that, you know, he's as smart as just about anybody, you know, on our level playing. You know, I spoke to Kevin Ollie today, and we were talking about, you know, Nick a lot, and I'm not the only one that recognizes it, but he's got great leadership qualities that he's developed. Everybody's known about his competitive spirit and his toughness, and he's got an unbelievable IQ. You know, my college coach would probably say sometimes, thinks he's too smart, but that would be endearing. No,
I've been waiting on this.
I said this before, there's nobody in college basketball this year that has contributed more to their team than he has. And he has. And I'm not disrespecting anybody else.
You've always talked about your relationship with Kevin Ollie and some other coaches who you're close to. Are the conversations, like you said you talked to him earlier, are the conversations before you face them awkward or different in any way when you're about to get ready to compete against him?
No, I mean, I've told you, anybody who enjoys playing against friends, unless it's the Final Four of the final game, they're not telling you the truth. But I always tell them when I look down the other end, the bench, and I see him there, it just makes me pretty proud. But I don't look forward to playing against Kevin ever. I do look forward to playing against Connecticut because of the standards they set. He's obviously been a big part of that. 2 years ago, I won a national championship, and we were in the same league. So when it makes me laugh when people say, Connecticut's looking at us as a big game. And then after I get done laughing, I start feeling pretty proud. And, those three seniors had a lot to do with that.
How have you seen Nick develop those leadership qualities you talked about between when he first got here and now?
Excuse me?
How have you seen Nick develop those leadership qualities between
I just,
in the 4 years he's been here?
he's just grown. I think a lot. Think about how tough it was for him. He played for Tim, and Tim and I, even though I think our values are the same, things we believe in are the same, we're entirely different. So it wasn't an easy adjustment, I don't think, for him. And then, he played with two great seniors, Nick and Sean, and I think he was reluctant to, maybe not mature enough to handle being a leader. And then, we had Ryan Cannon and Unique. But he's grown every day. He's gotten better in every area, every single day.
Did you think when this season started that this team would be capable of being where they are now in terms of record? I mean, or is that something you envisioned, knowing that Tolbert maybe would develop?
When the season started, I thought we'd have Shimmy and Ben, and Keith, and Cedric, and I thought we'd be as good as anybody in the country. Why wouldn't you? I mean, we won a lot of games last year, even though we lost a lot. Then all of a sudden, boom, everything hit you in the eye. And we were dealing with it, and then all of a sudden, no Ced, no Keith. Now you got. And so, what they've done, it's unbelievable. And I don't think anybody could have envisioned this, seeing the set of circumstances everybody is going to face. But we've all gotten better for that. Everybody's benefited by that. We might not understand it now, but down the road we will.